You've probably stared at a mountain of wrinkled shirts, a pile of pants that just won't lie flat, and thought, there has to be a better way to keep my wardrobe looking presentable without spending an hour ironing each piece. The reality is most home-based steam presses promise endless steam and fancy rollers, but the real test is whether they actually fit into a busy routine, stay safe around kids, and don't chew through your wallet. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. That's why I spent a few evenings setting up the reliable Verve Rotary steam press, watching a couple of YouTube walkthroughs, and reading through the handful of buyer comments that do exist before I decided whether this machine is worth the space on my laundry shelf. First off, the biggest hesitation I had was the rotary part. Traditional flatbed steam presses are familiar, just lay the garment, press, and move on. A rotary system introduces rollers that feed the fabric through, which sounds great for speed, but also raises concerns about delicate fabrics getting caught or stretched. The Verve tries to address that with an open-end roller design and dual-end feed, meaning you can feed from either side and the rollers keep a gentle, consistent tension. In practice, I found that for everyday cotton shirts and polyester blends, the rollers glide smoothly and you don't have to constantly readjust the fabric. When I tried a silk blouse, I kept the speed low and used the foot pedal to pause instantly the moment I sensed any pulling. The foot pedal control turned out to be more than a gimmick. It lets you keep both hands on the garment, which is a subtle but real convenience if you're juggling multiple items. The Verve also offers 3 steam settings. Most budget presses give you on or off, but here you can dial in low, medium, or high steam depending on the material. I used low steam for a wool sweater that normally shrinks under heat, and it removed the creases without any noticeable change in size. Medium steam handled my everyday work shirts perfectly, and the high setting was reserved for heavy denim jackets that usually need a hot iron. The ability to choose steam levels means you're not oversteaming delicate pieces, which can leave water spots or cause discoloration over time. That level of control is where the value starts to show up, especially if you already own a mix of fabric types. Safety is another big question for anyone who has kids running around the laundry room. The Verve includes a built-in safety release lever that drops the rollers instantly if you press it. During my testing, I tripped over the cord and the lever engaged right away, stopping the rollers before the fabric could be pulled out abruptly. It's a small feature, but it gave me peace of mind that the machine won't yank a sleeve or, worse, pinch a finger. The water reservoir can be filled with regular tap water or distilled water, which is helpful if you don't want to buy a separate demineralizer. I noticed no mineral buildup after a couple of weeks of regular use, suggesting the design tolerates tap water reasonably well. Now, who should actually consider buying this press? If you run a small home-based tailoring business, do a lot of custom alterations, or simply hate the idea of pulling out a heavy iron for every outfit, the Verve's continuous steam and rotary feed can save you minutes per garment. The dual-end feed means you can set up a workflow where you load a stack on one side, steam through, and collect the finished pieces on the other, ideal for a mini production line. It's also a solid upgrade for hobbyists who like to experiment with fabric finishes, such as adding crisp pleats or flattening seams without the risk of scorching that a hot iron brings. Conversely, if you're a casual user who only needs to press a shirt or two a week, the Verve might feel like overkill. Its 120-volt requirement means you need a dedicated outlet, and the rotary mechanism, while efficient, does take up more floor space than a simple flatbed press. People living in tiny apartments might find the footprint a bit large. Also, if you're strictly looking for a quick touch-up for a single garment, a handheld steamer could be more convenient and less intimidating to store. When it comes to practical strengths, the 3 steam settings and foot pedal control are the headline winners. They let you tailor the steaming process to the fabric, which reduces the trial and error you usually face with a one-size-fits-all press. The safety release lever is a real reassurance, especially when kids or pets are in the house. The dual-end feed and open-end rollers give you a smoother feed, which translates to fewer wrinkles caused by fabric bunching up. In terms of weaknesses, the machine's size is noticeable, and the learning curve for the rotary feed is a few minutes longer than just slapping a shirt on a flat plate. You also need to be mindful of the water level. The reservoir is sizable but not infinite, and the indicator isn't as prominent as on some competing models, so you